So the questions while we're in the bed get more intense, and have I ever done this, and what do I think is cute about this person, and what do you what turns you on? I was like, whoa, like this is some real game he throwing on me, and he just met me, and I'm just like, damn, am I giving off all of these vibes like this? Like, what is really going on? So this goes on for a little while till where we're getting closer and closer on the waterbed. There's still some personal space in between us, but now from the edges, that little bubble that was there is now flat because we've come into each other where our thighs are almost close to touching. And so now I'm asking him some questions because I'm like, well, it can't just be me in the hot seat. Let me ask you some stuff, you know. And I just kind of followed his lead and was asking him very intensely personal questions too about his past and what does he do and is he gay. I just flat out asked him, and he was like, "Yes, I'm gay, and I've been seeing this guy for I think he said like 4 years all throughout high school, but he lives in another city, and he was so open. He was so open about it. I was like, wow. Now, mind you, this is before like the real freedom of being gay was around, and we are black youth, and we're in one of the roughest cities in the country. But his bravery in telling me that I felt was very endearing. I was like, wow, that was. I wasn't shocked, as I said before. You know, something was just a little bit different. So I wasn't shocked at all, but I was very surprised at how open he was about telling me. And he basically just like got super close to me and whispered in my ear, "Can I suck your dick?" I was like, "Oh." So I'm a conspiracy theorist, okay? So I immediately thought that on the other side of the wall, because my brother and our rooms were shared a wall. I immediately thought that this was a setup by my brother to find out about me. So I'm thinking that on the other side of the wall, my brother and his friend are listening in to everything that's going on in here. And James has been sent on a mission by my brother to find out everything about me. What's my tea? So I am now hard as a rock, and his hands are on my cock. And I'm like, what am I doing? What is happening? And then he asked me again, can I suck your dick? And I was like, oh shit. And I'm thinking about what's on the other side of the wall, what's happening right here, my own fears. And I'm just like, no, 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 thank you. No. I know now you don't turn down head, but I was, well, you turn down head, but you just, the situation presents itself. You normally supposed to take it. And I didn't, but we made out. And James kissed me down. I mean, to where like everything inside of me released itself. Like all the Am I gay? Am I not? Am I bi? Am I straight? All of that stuff went out the window. And in this moment, this guy laying on top of me, kissing me, is all that mattered. And he is a good kisser. He had a really big tongue. I have a short tongue. He had a huge tongue, and it was like taking over my mouth and just doing stuff with my lips and just I was just like, oh my God, this is too much. This is too much. Then the door opens. The door opens, and it's my stepdad trying to find his way to his room, but he's drunk because we all partied, and he's naked. And James is like, I mean, we separated like flash of light. And my mom calls out, she's like, hey, where you at? Where you going? And he stumbled back into the room he was supposed to be in. So after that awkward scene, I kind of didn't want to kiss anymore. I was just feeling, kind of nervous and iffy about everything. James was not done with me. He proceeded to basically give me a handy, and I stopped him because I was like, no, I don't want to do this. I'm okay with kissing. I don't want to go any further than that. And no means no, but we can make out. And we continued to do that. And eventually, it was just time to like go to sleep because we did have a lot of stuff to do in the morning. So I wake up with blue balls from hell. I can't even explain to you what kind of soreness was going on in my nuts. If you, especially ladies, I don't think you can understand this, but guys, if you have ever had blue balls, multiply that by 100, and that's what I was going through. Because this was also, in many ways, my first real sexual encounter. Because I'd had like sex with a girl before, but I did not enjoy it, and it was not the best moment of my life. But this was super hot, and I stopped it. And I woke up the next morning, and I was like, look, y'all go ahead. James, my brother, and the other guy, I said, look, y'all go ahead and get the day started. I'll catch up with you. I have some things I need to do. I really needed to rub one out because I was in so much pain. And even after I did that, it still wasn't enough. This is how worked up and excited I was. So I laid down for a few hours just trying to get my composure and trying to work myself into a pliable state. Okay, just like calm down, get myself right. And my mom was cleaning up in the kitchen. And I went to my mom. I was like, hey, Ma. She's like, hey, what's going on? I said, well, I made out with a guy last night. And she looked and she was like, oh, you did? I said, yes. She did. She says, do you think you're going to do that again? I said, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I am. She said, okay, well, just make sure that they're clean and always be safe. And we left it at that. And I continued to tell her about the open house and how fun it was and how nice I thought it turned out. But coming out for me, luckily, was not like a moment. I was raised to be very self-aware, I'm very self-secure. And like I said, I worked 2 jobs. I was a student in college, and with that, she kind of gave me the notion of live your life unapologetically. Because I know my mom, and I understood where she was coming from, and so I didn't have a coming out moment to my brother and my grandparents and my cousins and all my friends. I just started dating boys and would bring boys to my mom's house, my grandparents' house, our family reunions, and just live my life. If anyone had a problem with it, it was their problem. Now, luckily for me, my family in front of me didn't have anything back to say. They would welcome every guy. Well, it wasn't a lot of guys, but they would welcome every guy, make sure he was comfortable, if he needed anything to drink, anything to eat while he's around everybody. Uh, Stefan, I used to date this guy named Stefan. I took him to a party at my grandparents' house, and him and my grandfather, who I idolized, him and my grandfather sat down in the breezeway and talked for like 30, 40 minutes while I was doing some stuff with my sisters and brother. And I was like, wow, like this feels so natural to me that my family just absorbs my energy. And if I'm bringing people around, they already assume that these are good people. And this is my mom's side of the family. My dad's side of the family, I never explained to them anything because I didn't. I don't. Coming out to me is very. It feels like something about you is wrong, and you need to let everybody know. Me waking up that day and having that chat with my mom was my way of telling my mom that things are going to be a little bit different in my life. Call it coming off you want, but it was, I only said that to her and only her, and after that I just did what I wanted to do with no explanations and no apologies. And I'm very lucky for that because everyone does not get that. Because I've had friends whose families have disowned them, put them out the house. We are in our late 30s, still do not talk to their families today, and I just think that's the just, I can't imagine that over a simple situation of love. I just can't imagine that. So my coming out story may not be as tragic and as sad as others, but I told my mom, she accepted it instantly, and I've never had any backlash. And in fact, when I had my first like true real boyfriend as an adult that I went Facebook live in public with, you know, when you go Facebook public with your boo, taking pictures, kissing and holding hands and all that kind of stuff. When you go live like that, you are out. Those pictures are there forever for everybody, okay? And my grandmother would call me and she'd say, I seen a picture of you and your little cutie. How he doing? And my grandmother, that was the best thing ever. So for me, with my mom's family, it's always been easy breezy. I'm not very close to my dad's family, so when it was that part of my life, I just let them deduce because there was always a guy with me. I wouldn't always introduce him as my boyfriend because that was kind of weird for everybody. But you know, he's here with me. I don't have any children. I don't have any girlfriends. I don't have any fiancés. But there's always a cute boy with me. What? Come on, y'all not fools. I just let them work that out for themselves. And que sera. So if you're going through something and you feel you need to come out or you live in a situation where coming out is necessary, I really suggest that you own who you are and worry about the rest later. Because coming out is never for us. It's always for all the people we love. But no one ever has to come out straight. So it automatically makes us feel like we're less than or we're wrong. Something is off with us for being gay. Fuck that. I am perfect. I'm not ashamed. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. And I'm going to love who I want to love, and hopefully they love me back. But I'm not going to be determined by people who are not paying for my lifestyle, my bills, my car notes. Even if you're doing all that, you still don't get a right to tell me who I'm supposed to love and how I'm supposed to live. So just be you. Be you. Don't show that there's anything wrong with who you are, and let everybody else play catch up to that. Okay? All right, this was my coming out story. I'm sorry I had to do it in two parts, but if I make one long video, it gets messed up in the upload. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to me. I have a lot more content, a lot more stories to tell. I'm glad I went. I haven't told that story in a long time, so it brought back some fond memories.